Drive on, mama, buckle up. Andrea TV here from DriveOnMama.com, coming to you answering your Doordash questions and going for a ride along. It is Wednesday, January 17th. Still cold and snowy. I believe it was 17 degrees when we left the house. And you want to know, Doordash order already picked up. What does that mean? When you have a merchant and you go to pick up an order and they let you know the order has already been picked up, that usually means that another Dasher has taken it. And they most likely did not deliver it. And it is going to be a cancellation by Doordash support. So you would call support 855-973-1040. You would call them and let them know that the store said someone already picked it up, another Dasher. They'll call and confirm with the store that it was picked up. They will issue you half pay, and then you are free to accept the next order. Why would a Dasher do that? It could be for truthful reasons. They could have picked up the order and then on the way they had something happen. I have had my car stall. I had a bad transmission. So when I went to make the U-turn to go to the customer's location, it stopped and I couldn't start it. I had to call for, actually I didn't call for a tow truck. I actually had to Uber my daughter from where she was to where I was, because that was going to be my last order before I picked her up, and she has to be picked up at a certain time. I Ubered my daughter to where I was stalled, and that Uber driver helped me push the car into a space. So I put it in neutral and he pushed it into a space. There we were able to wait safely because we were literally blocking the street. So things like that could happen, but 9 times out of 10, or at least more than 50% of the time, it is because they have taken it for themselves. They have stolen it and they're going to eat it, and that is what happens. But those are the two reasons, essentially: car trouble, accident, emergency. Small percentage. Most of the time they took it because they're going to eat it for themselves, and eventually it would lead to them being deactivated. So we have declined our first order, 577, going 100 yards, a couple of 100 yards, but we're not going to, or we didn't take that one because it's an apartment building that takes up the whole block, and we wanted to leave ourselves open for a large order. So now we have our next $26 for 7 miles, 2 pickups and 2 drop-offs. So we have that first order dropped off, and it remained $26. And I made a boo-boo that I have not done since I first started. I switched up the order of the food. One was going to a doctor's office, and the other was going to an apartment. I didn't double-check the app before I delivered, and the doctor's office was going to get cookies from a bakery, and the apartment was going to get the food. It was Mexican food, a family of 4 meal, and they texted me probably about 5 minutes after I left. They said, where's the other food? This isn't Uncle Julio's. I said, oh, I'm so very sorry. I'm going to call support and they'll either issue a refund or resend out, and that is what they do. And just to let you know, we declined 2 more when we got back. I'm covering my earpiece because it's very windy. We declined 2 more when we got back, and then we accepted our next. I really didn't want to take it because that 4.9 miles, it was $15.50 for 4.9 miles, but it's going deep into the city, and it's going to take at least 20 minutes from the pickup location. And the pickup location took 8 minutes. People are driving very slow because of the road conditions. And yeah, we've been logged on since about 10:45, and we're only on our 2nd accepted offer, but this will be our 3rd delivery. Let's go get it. And we are back on the avenue. That order went up to $28.85. Thank you, Miss Customer. It is now 1:12 p.m. So we will be wrapping up our lunch shift at 2 o'clock to see how we have done. And there was a $1 peak pay. I guess it's over now because we have taken our next order. It is a no-tip order, $3.25 going 0.8 miles. I took it because I maintain
a acceptance rate over 70%. I was at 72%. If I declined that order, I would go down to 71%. 71% is a danger zone because that's when I find they send you batch orders going very far out of the way, because if you decline a batched order, meaning 2 orders, your percentage rate goes down by 2%. So then that would leave me at 69. And in my market, if you are below 70, it is very rough out there. Plus, there's always a chance they're going to send you an add-on, which I hear the ding in my ear, so I'll be right back. And I was correct. They sent an add-on, $9 for an additional 2.9 miles, picking up at a restaurant right across the street from the first restaurant. So sweet deal. We're going to go and get those orders. But you want to know what happens to the people who take the order when the merchant tells you Doordash order already picked up? Support doesn't confirm this, but essentially what I believe is they get a contract violation. Why do people risk it? Because you do not get terminated for one contract violation normally. So if you have one non-picked up order, they would give you leniency. They usually wouldn't fire you or deactivate you the same day it happens. So people abuse the system. I don't know how many of those it will take before they actually terminate you, but I'm pretty sure it's not a large or high number at all. So if you pick up the food, make sure you deliver it. And as we saw today, they do have some grace. If you deliver the wrong food, they do reach out to the customer and they will either refund them or reissue it. But not delivering the food, that is a big problem. Let's go get these orders. Well, knock me over with a feather. That was not a no-tip order. They tipped 50 cents. $2.75 base pay in my area and a 50-cent tip brought it up to the $3.25, and the $9 offer went up to $12. So we logged on for lunch about 10:45. I was a little late getting to the spot. There are a lot of businesses in my zone, but the lunch drops for the office buildings happens between 10:37 and 10:45. I got down here at 10:45 because it was a late start due to the weather, so we did not get any of the regular surrounding companies' lunches, but we made out with $70.10 in about 3 hours. It is about 1:45 now, and we are ending our lunch shift. Hopefully this helps someone, and drive on!